welcome to today's webinar. This is the first in the 2020 Expert Webinar Series presented by AccountantsWorld. Today we're joined by Dr. Chandra Bhansali, co-founder and CEO of AccountantsWorld, and he'll be talking about how to weather the storm and emerge stronger. I want to thank you for joining us today. My name is Div Bhansali. I'm a vice president at AccountantsWorld, and also joining us is Thomas Provine, who's on the marketing team here at AccountantsWorld as well. We're thrilled to have you join us today. Also should mention, if you are interested in sharing anything from the webinar on social media or continuing the conversation after the webinar on social media, we've got a hashtag down there at the bottom of each of these slides, #ExpertWebinar, and you can join the conversation that way, and we look forward to any engagement that you'd like to provide from there. A couple of quick tips for GoToWebinar. I'm guessing most of us have used GoToWebinar recently, given everything that's been going on, but just in case you haven't, or if it's been a little while, if you are looking for the GoToWebinar control panel, look for an orange arrow that allows you to expand or hide the control panel. You can also select your audio options under the audio tab, and that'll allow you to pick whether you want to listen via computer audio or phone call. You can also call in directly from the app if you have that downloaded. And finally, if you have any questions during the presentation, go ahead and send them in using the questions tab. Make sure to click the send button, and Chandra will try to answer as many questions as possible at the end of his presentation today. I wanted to mention that today is the, as I said before, the first in the 2020 Expert Webinar Series. So we've been doing this for a number of years, and for those of you who joined us in 2019, welcome back. We're excited to be with you again. We've got an exciting list of presenters coming up, a couple of new folks, some old faces as well, and we're all committed, and I say we because I'll be a speaker later on in the year as well. We're all committed to basically one thing, which is to help you and your practice thrive. And especially in these times, I think there's a focus on both helping your firm to survive and thrive. And really, one of the themes of today's talk is going to be the ability to do both those things simultaneously, to not only look at the ground that's right in front of us, but also be able to look out to the horizon. And that's something that I think many of the speakers this year are going to have in common. So we're really excited with the presenters who are going to be on there. You see Randy Johnston on there. He's going to be speaking in 2 weeks. He's the second presenter this year. We've got Joel Greenwald and Jeanette Etienne and Chandra Patel from AccountantsWorld, Tom Hood, the head of Maryland CPA Society, Kimberly Ellison-Taylor, and Joel Sinkin, and a number of other speakers as well. Sorry, couldn't fit all of their faces onto here. But we're really excited to kick it off today and then have it continuing from now until December. So since most of you only signed up for Chandra so far, I wanted to give you guys a chance for a really fast track registration for all of them. And they're all free and they all offer CPE. If you are not able to attend certain ones, that's totally fine. You can just choose to not attend. But I'm going to go ahead and launch a poll question to ask you if you'd like to automatically be registered for free for all of the upcoming 2020 expert webinars. Again, those are all CPE webinars. So if you can go ahead and fill out the poll question, you can choose yes or no for it. Either way is fine. I know some of you have already signed up for the entire series, and if you have and you select yes again, no worries, you're not going to get double emailed there. But go ahead and select one of those options. And while I'm here, I should mention that answering the poll questions is required in order to earn CPE credit today. So this is the first of our poll questions, and then we'll have at least 3 more later on as well. So I see about 75% of you have already voted. So if the rest of you could go ahead and fill that in. Paul, I saw you wrote in and asked if CPE is being offered for today's webinar, and yes, it is. We'll talk about that more in just a second. And it looks like a couple of you are having issues with being able to answer the poll question, if you don't see it there, you can click on the GoToWebinar control panel again and then see if it opens up from there. If it doesn't allow you to answer, just go ahead and send us your response either in the, you can chat to Tom, who's one of the organizers, Tom Provine, or you can send us an email at marketing@accountantsworld.com and let us know your response to the first poll question. But responding to the other poll questions will be required in order to earn CPE credit today. All right, so we've got about 90% of people having voted. Okay, a couple of people mentioned you have to get out of full screen mode in order to answer the question. Thank you for that. That's different than what I see on my side as a presenter, so I appreciate that feedback. So folks, if you haven't had a chance to vote because you couldn't see the quick poll or the button, that might solve your problem, getting out of full screen. All right, so we'll take just one last 5 seconds here to go ahead and get your results in if you haven't already done so. Going once, going twice. All right, great. Thank you to the many folks who said yes there. That's terrific. We're the series this year. Did want to mention, since the topic came up, we are offering one free CP for today's webinar. In order to receive CP, you will need to attend the live webinar for no less than 50 minutes, respond to all polling questions, total of 4 today. We just did the first one. And then finally, when the webinar ends, you'll see a post-webinar survey pop up. You'll need to go ahead and submit that. If you don't see it, you'll receive a thank you email from us right after the webinar, or shortly after the webinar, I should say. And that'll include another link to that post-webinar survey. So one way or another, either directly after the webinar or once you receive the email, you'll need to fill that out as well. You do those 3 things and you're eligible to earn CP credit. You'll be notified by email within 3 business days about the receipt of the CP. And last point, make sure to add webinar@accountantsworld.com to your trusted email list to make sure that emails from us come through. Before I turn it over to Chandra Bhansali, just a brief bio. Chandra is the co-founder and CEO of AccountantsWorld, leading provider of cloud-based solutions for professional accountants. He's a leading authority on using innovative thinking and technology to boost the relevance of accountants, and you'll see in a few minutes that that's really his #1 professional passion and has been for a long time. And finally, he's been selected as one of the top 100 most influential people in accounting for 17 years running. So at this time, I'd like to welcome on board Chandra Bhansali. And Chandra, you may still be muted right now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can now.
Okay, great. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. This is Chandra Bhansali. I would like to welcome you to this presentation. Those of you who have attended my presentations in the past know that I give my presentation in spicy accent. So if it gets a little too spicy, please bring a can of soda with you. I'm glad that you are safe and healthy, and we hope your family is doing as well. Now, we are all working from home. I'm pretty sure you are working from home too. That has become a new normal now. AccountantsWorld is fully equipped to run our entire operation remotely. Our payroll relief processes over 65,000 payrolls. It is a major undertaking, but we are managing it well while everybody is working from home. We also implemented PPP. That again was a pretty major thing. So after all this was over and we got some quiet time, we sat down and started to think, how can we help accountants during this time of crisis? What can we do to make accounting practices more rewarding? And this presentation is outcome of that brainstorming. We've already told you about who I am. My wife and we have been serving accounting profession for about 30 years. And our main passion is to find innovative ways for accountants to benefit from emerging technologies. And now it has expanded even a little bit further, as you will see when we talk about AccountantsWorld. I have a PhD in engineering from University of Buffalo. The other day, I just browsing through my papers, and I found a 2003 issue of Accounting Today, and my name was on the list of 100 most influential people. So I believe I've been there on that list for about 17 years. More important than who I am, it is that what AccountantsWorld is all about. And AccountantsWorld's sole purpose is to make accounting practices more rewarding and relevant. Our focus is to empower you to do what's best for your firm and your clients. And how do we accomplish this? We are the first one who understood the importance of the cloud. That time there was no cloud, the internet, way back in 2000. And we realized it is going to be really big. So we devoted our tremendous resources in developing highly innovative solutions for you, cloud-based, so you can take full advantage of this new technology. We not only offer just solutions, we also offer tremendous resources, training, and support you need to become more successful. Our expert webinar series is an example of the support that we are providing and resources we are giving you. And we have made unwavering commitment to accountants like you, professional accountants, practicing accountants. We never compete with you or sell our solutions directly to your clients. That's our commitment to you. So Tom, can you please bring up the first poll?
I can go ahead and do that here, Chandra. So folks, you should be seeing your poll open in front of you at this point. And so the first question is simply, what is your role? And so owner or partner in a CPA firm, owner or partner in an accounting firm, staff member in a CPA or accounting firm, accounting professional who works in industry, or other. So if you could please go ahead and select which of those best describes your role. And just a reminder, this is the second of 4 poll questions today, and voting in all of the poll questions is required in order to earn CP credit. So I see about 80% of you have already voted at this point. If you have not, please go ahead and get your vote in the next 10 to 15 seconds here. All right, we're going to close up the poll in 5 seconds here. Going once, going twice. And just a reminder, if you are not able to click, you need to escape out of full screen, and that seems to be allowing you to then submit your poll question. So just a reminder if you didn't see that before. All right, so we're going to go ahead and close out. Okay, so Chandra, 41% of folks who are joining us today are owner or partner in a CPA firm, 15% in an accounting firm, 17% staff members, and then 13% in industry.
Okay, that's great. So most of you are here to actually find ways to enhance your practice, and we welcome others who are here to learn a little bit more about where the profession is going and what are the potentials. Divi, can you give me back the control?
Yep, you've got it.
Okay, so you must be wondering, the situation is really grim, and it is one of the worst human tragedies we have seen in recent history. There is not a single country, city, town, or village that has not been impacted by this. It also has had devastating impact on businesses. Last report that I heard, um, there are about 33 million claims for unemployment have been filed in US. There was a survey conducted by MetLife and US Chamber of Commerce. And according to that survey, 63% of business owners believe that they have less than 6 months until a permanent shutdown is inevitable. So situation is really very disturbing. So you must be wondering, how can you find ways to emerge stronger and make your practice better than it was ever before? Now, we have looked only at the one side of the coin. And if we look at the other side of the coin, then we find that there is a brighter side also. About 75%, survey shows that about 75% or more of businesses are likely to survive. So we need to focus on those. Now, also you have to start thinking about who you are. And during this, when this thing happened and small businesses needed help, who did they come to? Who are the professionals that help small businesses the most during this time of crisis? You are the one. You put them in life support. You help them file PPP application, other loan application, other methods to survive during this crisis. Now, this is one part of it. Now, once this crisis is over, then they are going to need help to survive and thrive. They are going to need help to bounce back. And who can make that happen? Who can help them the most during that phase? And you are the only professional that can help them the most during the recovery phase. In fact, you have a major responsibility. By doing your responsibility, you can actually save many businesses, each one of you, and a lot more jobs. So if you rise to this occasion, your firm will really get to new heights that it has never been before. So this is a tremendous opportunity for you to do what's good for your clients. So now the question is, how do you rise to this occasion? Now, if you open trade publications, you'll find that everybody's saying, offer advisor services, become advisors, trusted advisors, which you are. Now, sure, you need to offer additional advisory services, but that is not enough. You have to go a step further, actually, and you have to become more relevant to your clients' businesses. Now, what does it mean to be more relevant? We hear this term very often. Let me read its definition from Oxford Dictionary, and it defines being relevant as having significant and demonstrable bearing on the matter at hand. Significant and demonstrable bearing on the matter at hand. Now it's a little too complicated, so let's make it simple. And we have simplified it, and for our purpose, being relevant is all about your ability and commitment to do what's good for your clients. And you will see that this covers the basic essence of what being relevant is. Now, being relevant requires changing your mindset and the way you run your practice. You have to start thinking from your client's perspective. And you have to think that as if you are an integral part of your client's businesses. And what is client businesses missing, that those gaps that you can fill in, and what you can add to the mix with your knowledge that you have. Now, of course, there is a lot of things that are common between being an advisor and being relevant. Um, Both things require to find the solution to the challenges that your clients are facing. But being relevant requires little more than that. It is not only looking outward, it requires you to be looking inward towards your firm. You have to start thinking how your firm can really transform itself and acquire the capabilities that are needed to do what's best for your clients. And so this is a very important aspect of being relevant. So how do you become more relevant? Now, being an accountant, you have tremendous power, but unfortunately, most accountants don't realize it. When we ask accountants what accounting systems they use, we often hear, we use whatever our clients use. We use whatever our clients use. Now, let me ask you, where do your clients get the expertise to decide what system is good for them? Isn't it from the advertisements of the solutions that are sold to them? Influenced by that, seeing that Danny can, with few mouse click, he can run his entire business. Influenced by those kind of marketing of the solutions that are sold to your clients, client go out and buy those solutions. Now, think about it. So basically, you are letting your clients and the companies that sell their solution to your clients have significant influence over how you run your practice. Now, today, your clients might be using Windows-based solution. Tomorrow, that company is promoting the cloud-based solutions, and your clients go out and buy their cloud version of their solutions. And their clients come and say, do my accounting using this solution. Now, that solution doesn't have the capabilities you need. Should you be doing and moving to that solution? So do you really feel proud running your practice then by this way? Actually, how can you do good to your clients when you don't have full control over your own practice? So the very first thing you must do to become relevant is to take back control over your client accounting that you've lost to competing forces. You should be able to do your accounting precisely the way you want and precisely the way that benefits your clients the most. And that means that you must lead your clients and not be led by them. Now, second aspect is, as we define, it is about having the ability to best serve your clients, do what is good for them. So first, you have to really know what is good for your clients. Now, and this is one of the most important part of being relevant. Now, it may sound easy, but it's not that easy. It's really hard because you think that clients would know what they need and you can satisfy that. But in reality, they really don't know what they need and what is good for them. It's only partially they know it, but they don't know it fully. Now, once Henry Ford said that if you ask people what do they want, and they will say faster horses, because at that time, people knew that the only way to go from one point to other is having horses, so they were They thought that's the only way they can go faster to other place. They had no clue that what a new technology or like automobile can completely transform this thing. Your clients are pretty much in the same predicament. Whatever your accounting firm thinks they need is based on their exposure to the do-it-yourself solution that they're using and the services that you are currently offering. They can't think beyond that. And they think that this is the only way to run their, do their accounting. Worst yet, many small businesses don't even know the broad purpose of accounting. You must have noticed it, that many think that they need accounting just to generate the financial statements so you can do their tax returns. They don't think beyond that. They don't know the importance of accounting as an important management tool. I'm pretty sure you must have noticed that most businesses don't know that use of accounting can really reduce the chances of bankruptcies. It can minimize cash flow problems, prevent many problems before they happen, and it can even help them increase their profits. Now, because clients don't know the possibilities, you have to use your knowledge and expertise to find ways to figure out what is really best for your clients. Some things are pretty obvious, but other things are not as obvious, and you need to dig deeper. Now, once you have figured out your client's need, then you have to find ways to satisfy those needs. And that means that you will have to expand your own horizon and revamp your practice. You may have to uncover new solutions. You may have to train your staff. And you have to do all these things so you can offer your clients what they need. And not only offer that, but offer those what they need your client efficiently and profitably, because you want your firm to also be highly profitable. Once you found that, then you have to go out and educate your clients. You have to explain your clients what they need to make their businesses thrive and how you can help. Now, an equally important thing is that you have to get your staff excited about the new direction your firm is taking. You're no more just an accounting firm. You have a purpose. Give them the training and resources they need to service the clients the way that is important for your clients. You now have a purpose, your firm has a purpose, and purpose is one of the most inspiring things. It will really charge your staff, your team members. And another impact of it is that this will help you attract best talent. So we're talking about what is, most of it is past actually. What clients need or needed during the crisis. Some of it still be relevant. Most of you are already done. But one thing you don't need to do that. You have to have a candid assessment of your clients' businesses. In fact, you may find that there are a lot of businesses, they were not even profitable and there is no way they can make it. And even if they survive it, it's not going to be a long-term survival. So have a candid assessment. Analyze every client's business and give them your honest opinion so that they can make an informed decision about future of their business. Of course, all of them, most businesses, not all I would say, needed cash during this crisis, and you have helped them doing all those things which you are pretty much familiar with. And you may even need to do certain more things like negotiating partial payment for accounts payable, finding some ways where they can really increase their sale, maybe by giving discount, because at that time, getting cash is a little more important than profit. And you can probably find them ways how they can reduce their expenses. So most of that you have done. So now we have to think beyond the crisis. So you have to educate your clients about the important role accounting plays in managing a business. So as I told you, most of them did not know what accounting can really do to their practice. You don't have to, there are simple things like that you have to show them the difference between profit and cash flow. Many times the businesses are profitable, but they keep borrowing and they have cash flow problem and they don't even realize this. So you have to tell them that why is it important to monitor cash flow. And now you probably don't have to tell them, they probably have already realized. And you can probably tell them that how you can help them manage their cash flow so they can survive any other smaller crisis that may come on their way. Another thing is there are certain aspects like financial ratios. Don't talk about it, but these are very important management tools. So explain them how financial ratios can, explain them what those are, how they can measure many important attributes of their businesses, like how liquid their businesses are and how efficiently and profitably they are running their businesses. Once they have that baseline, then you can show them how you can help them improve their business performance by monitoring all those things that which they cannot do on their own. And by doing this detailed analysis of their clients also may be required. There's some clients may not be very profitable and they never got into that detail. So you can show them which clients are profitable, which are not. Analysis of products also, that becomes very important. That many times clients sell something, bulk load of something, and they are very happy, but maybe they are losing money on selling those products. So you have to really show them which products are profitable and which they may need to stop selling. And one area where you can really help many of your clients is how they can save time, money, and hassle in accounting. And right now, your clients are really going through, they know it is doing accounting is a real pain. And right now, many of them must have already feel more pain because maybe many of them had to lay off the staff that they had and it had been painful. And now they don't know how to manage their accounting. So during this time, the pain of doing accounting has probably become a little more acute. So actually, this is the great time that you can relieve them of this unnecessary hassle by taking over all the accounting work, bill payment, outsource accounting, and even payroll. And not only that, if you do that, not only minimize their, make it easier for them to run their business, not be distracted by these other things. But if you do it right, you can even save them money. And if you do that, wouldn't your clients be delighted if you can really do that? So you must be wondering, how can you do that? Remember that part of being relevant is that you have to find the ways to do what's good for your clients. So you have to find the ways. Now, fortunately, we are here And you know that what is our purpose? Our purpose is to be relevant to your needs. So if you put 2 and 2 together, you will know that making what we just discussed, taking over all clients' accounting and payroll hassle away from them, won't be that difficult for you. So it's time for the second question. Dave, can you do it?
Sure. All right. So you should be seeing, and this is actually poll question number 3 open in front of you in just a second here. And so the question is, what are your views on bill payment and outsourced accounting services? They're hard to offer. Firms cannot make money offering those, or they can be made highly profitable. So if you could go ahead and select one of those 3 options, whichever one best describes your views, and make sure to click the submit button so that your vote is counted. All right, and I see about 85% of you have now voted, so we'll give about 10 seconds longer. And just a reminder, if you're not able to see the poll questions, go ahead and remember to get out of full screen, escape out of full screen, and then you should be able to see and submit the poll response. All right. Take just a few more seconds here. All right, we're gonna close it up, going once, going twice. All right, Chandra, so 45% said they can be made highly profitable, 36% said hard to offer, 19% said firms cannot make money offering those. Chandra, are you there?
Sorry, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. I'm very glad that a substantial percentage of you really believe that though these are considered commodity services, they can be made highly profitable. And for those of you who really are not convinced that they can't be made, you can't make money offering these services, or these are hard to offer, let me give you a simple preview of our accounting power that will show you you will see for yourself if you can really offer these services easily and profitably. So, okay. So this is our, can you see my screen, Dev?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So this is our accounting system. And the foundation of this is very different. We found, I was at a trade show and I was talking to a CPA, and I just casually asked him, how is your accounting practice? And said, Chandra, you won't believe, I don't run my own accounting practice. And I said, what do you mean? And he pointed to the booth of the largest provider of accounting system. And he said, my clients and this company run my accounting practice. My clients buy their solutions, and many don't know anything about accounting, so they make a mistake. I have to fix mistakes before I can do anything. And that's not what I became an accountant for. And that made us thinking, and we said, how can we bring control of accounting back to accountants? And we realized that we have to completely put the entire concept of building accounting solutions upside down. So we created accounting power with a professional solution at the back, at the foundation. So as you can see, here is a write-up and trial balance financial statement. That is the foundation of this system. And on top of that, we added a fully integrated general ledger system with all these capabilities: banking, sales, expenses, job costing, even inventory. And this solution is sold exclusively to you, and you customize it for each client. And you use this solution to customize even your services to best suit the needs of each individual client. Now, as you will see that this system, these are the activities you do on day-to-day basis. This is private label to your firm. Every time clients log in here, they'll see your firm logo, and we are behind the scene. This is the firm that you are working on. And on the right-hand side, there are other activities like reports, setup, and those kind of things that you can get very quick access to. And here are the functions that pertain entirely to your firm. Clients have no access to it. So one of the important section or part of this system is, sorry, somehow it logged me out. So, okay. And so one of the important section of this is CFO dashboard. And you will see that you may have maybe 50, 60, 100 clients. And one purpose of this is that how can you easily manage basic finances of all your clients? And this CFO dashboard lets you do that. Here it will list all the clients that might have some issues with their accounting. And those are highlighted. It lists basic parameters like cash balance, accounts receivable, accounts payable, maybe some things that have not been entered into the right account, and amount of check that has been returned. And you basically set a threshold for each client for all these parameters. And anytime that threshold, the amount goes outside of that threshold, then it creates a red flag, and it is showed here. So in this particular case, the cash balance went below $5,000, and maybe that was the threshold was $5,000, so it shows everything in the red. Now, the question is, how do you set the threshold? And this is done through alerts. So for each individual client, you can set different alerts based on their businesses. So you can set alerts for all these different checks. What is the maximum amount of checks somebody write? If should be creating a red flag. Account receivable for any customer, what is the threshold for that? And total account receivable, what is the threshold for that? Same thing with accounts payable, and also some important ratios like current ratio, gross to profit margins, working capital, all those things. So you set for threshold for that. And not only you see it on the CFO dashboard, anytime any of these parameters or goes outside that normal threshold, an email goes to you, and also you can set so that an email goes to client. So you always remain on the top of clients' businesses. So that's one very important aspect of how you can manage basic KPIs for all your clients, whether they're 100, 250. Another thing, of course, is dashboard for each individual client. And here you can see the profit and loss, revenue and expenses comparison from prior year to this year. Expenses analysis, you can see where the clients are spending awful lot of money, most of their money. Bank balances for different bank accounts. which are the customers' invoices that are past due. You also, so you can sort it by due date. You can sort it by amount, which is the largest amount. And again, you also can see unpaid checks, vendor bills that are past due. So you can get a very good feedback of this thing, and we constantly improve upon this thing. Another thing is financial ratios, as I told you about. So, okay, let me see if I can get to that. It is hidden somewhere. Okay, it is under this, and there are other things hiding behind. So, okay, maybe this time I can get to financial ratios. Yes, financial ratios. So we have about 25 financial ratios that you can track. And depending on what is important for this particular industry that your client is in. So this is one example of the financial ratios that you can track for your clients. Now, another thing is we also provide performance report, which you can, it gives a very detailed analysis, graphical analysis of your client's performance, business performance. And you can sit with your clients and analyze it on a regular basis, maybe quarterly basis or monthly or yearly basis. And when you combine all those things, and we allow you ability to monitor your client's cash flow also on the dashboard. So when you combine all these things, you know that this system gives you very important capabilities to monitor your client's cash flow and important KPIs. Now, chances are that you have three different kinds of clients. Some clients that write checks, still write checks by hand, and they come to you for after the fact write-up system. You might have some clients, and as I told you, once you go out and ask your client, you'll find that number of clients just don't want to do an accounting work, and you are offering them bill payment services and outsource accounting services. And third kind of clients are who say, you know what, I would like to do part of work in my office and in my using my staff. And sometimes there may be need for your clients to use a system that for the industry specific system. So you basically have four kinds of clients. And accounting power allows you to very efficiently service all these clients. So let me tell you that as right now you saw that bill payment can be highly profitable. Many of you thought and others thought it cannot be, it's hard to offer. Part of the problem is that bill payment is a little hard to manage, is that most systems don't have a streamlined workflow. And what we do is we give you a very important way to streamline this entire bill payment process. So your clients, you send them a link to your clients. And once they click on that link, they get the ability so that they can actually take a snapshot of invoices to be paid, and those go right into our accounting system, accounting power. And this is the dashboard where you can manage any number of your clients that you are doing bill payment for. It will show you at any stage how many bills that have been scanned, sent to you, and they are still unpaid. Then you can, in our system, you can send the bills for approval to your clients. And then this will say how many bills have been approved and has to be printed. And this will tell you that bills to be approved. And once bills have been approved, they have to be printed. This shows up here. So you have a full picture of all your clients at one place. And then you can go out and enter those bills. The screen is very easy. It's very much like regular accounts receivable and payable screen. All the scanned invoices are displayed on one side and a screen for entering data on the other side. I don't have any scanned invoices, so I can't show you. And you just enter basically the amount and the bill is basically paid. Once the bill is paid, then what you do is you can check here for the bills that have to be sent for approval, and you can send an invoice, send a email to approve pending bills. So you can set it. Suppose you have 15 clients for bills you have entered, your staff has entered, and you can just with one click you can send off all of them those bills for approval. Once they have approved the bills, it comes to pay those bills. And we make it very easy for pay those bills. Suppose you have 200 bills to pay. If you have to print them, stuff them, it takes awful lot of time. You can do it by what we call pay all the bills by using what we call our system, and that is called invoices digital check. And by digital check, what happens is a email goes to the, you can check all the clients that have to be paid by digital check, and with just a few mouse clicks, all the digital checks are paid to all the vendors for all the clients that you selected to. And all they have to do is enter their bank account routing number and bank account first time. And after that, every time that any bill is sent to them, they automatically goes into their bank. So it is much easier than sending a true printed check. We also provide you write-up capabilities. Now you have clients who really want to do part of their work. So what we do is we help you customize that system for each individual client. And you can give them only access to the features that they can easily do. So some clients you may give access only to write checks and other to enter cash receipts. And that's the only thing that they are going to see when they get to our system, log into this system. Others you can give access to writing checks and paying bills, and they will be able to do that, and you can keep chart of account off limits to them. Now I'm running out of time, so I will show you one more thing, which is financials. Now you do awful lot of professional work, but it is very important. The presentation actually creates the image of your firm, and we help you show highly professional, present highly professional financials to your client. These will include all the common things. Plus, you can avoid cover sheet, table of contents, and notes, even footnotes also. And let me show you a sample of the financials. So you will see in fact, you can put your logo here. I don't have that here. Cover sheet, table of contents, accountant's note, and then all the balance sheet accounts. This is income statement, statement of cash flow, retained earnings, and then footnote. So you can get this kind of professional financials using this system. So I was able to just give you a very just a glimpse of the system. But once you learn the system, you'll know that using a system like ours, you can really service all your clients and provide them the financial advice, monitor their cash flow, and even offer bill payment and outsource accounting services very profitably and efficiently. Now, there is one more poll. Divya, can you bring it up?
Yep. So I'm going to launch the fourth poll question right now. So you should see that in front of you in just a second here. And the question is, do you offer payroll services to your clients? Do not offer, offer to a few clients who request it, offer to many clients but not very profitable, or offer to many clients highly profitable. So if you could go ahead and submit your response there, that would be great. And just a reminder, this is the fourth and final poll question that we'll be having today, and voting in the polls is required in order to earn CP credit. And just a reminder that if you're having any trouble seeing the poll question or clicking submit on it, escape out of full screen, and then you should be able to do it. Thanks to the folks who suggested that. All right, I see about 85% of you have voted at this point, so we'll take a few more seconds for the last folks to go ahead and get in. All right, the poll will be closing in 3, 2, 1. All right. So Chandra, about an equal percentage do not offer or offer to a few select clients who request it. 13% offer to many clients, but not very profitable. 26% offer to many clients, highly profitable. Chandra, are you on mute?
Yes, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm those who are offering and have made it highly profitable. That honestly, those who are not offering it, missing on a major opportunity. I did not have time to show you, but payroll can be extremely profitable service. The advantage of payroll is that a system like ours does virtually all the work for you. Direct deposit, tax deposit, direct payment of direct all the taxes, yearly compliance. Everything is done automatically by the system, and some of the things are done by the client, and very little involvement from professionals. So people have made it highly profitable, and at some time, if you see a demo of the system, you see that payroll can be made highly profitable. Now, so this is another opportunity for you. I don't have time to do that. Now, let me go over to the final recap of what we have learned now. So the reality is that until now, your firm has not realized its full potential. You can do a lot more for your clients than you are currently doing. The part of the challenge in the past has been that the clients did not appreciate the impact you can make in their businesses. Now, this is the silver lining of COVID-19 that clients are going to need. They have already seen how much you can help them, and they're going to need a lot of help from you to bounce back from this crisis and rebuild their businesses. All you have to do is rise to this occasion. You have to proactively educate your clients how you can put their businesses on a firm footing for future growth and survival. You can show them how you can monitor their cash flow and important KPIs using a system like Accounting Power, I told you. Finding ways to help them run their businesses more efficiently and profitably by taking over and relieving of them of accounting and payroll work in-house, you can really help them focus on their businesses, and you can most likely save them money. If they come to you to do their accounting work, you can do this work. Your staff can do the same work that your client staff currently does at a fraction of the time. So you can make your services also highly profitable while saving your clients some money. So the key is that by expanding the scope of your service to your clients, that greatly helps them. You can make your practice more relevant to clients' businesses. Your firm becomes a lot more profitable. When you have a purpose, you'll find your practice highly gratifying. That's the most important reward of being relevant. So now, you may come out and tell Chandra, talk is cheap. I'm from Missouri, show me. The reality is that we don't just talk. We talk our talk and walk our walk. We have helped thousands of accountants enhance their practices over years. Our 2020 promise is just an extension of what we have been doing all along. Now, obviously, we can't make every practice 20% more profitable. You have to have the right clientele. The most important thing is that it is your own drive that is the most important factor. We simply augment it by providing you with the best solutions, training, resources, and support. So this is our promise to you. And you will find, they will tell you how you can learn more about 2020 promise. Again, I would like to thank you very much for attending the session. We hope you walked away with something useful that you can use in your practice. Thank you very much.
All right, Chandra, thank you so much for your presentation today. I think there was a lot of useful information in there and a different way to think about the times we're in right now and what the future will look like for accounting firms and what it can look like potentially for accounting firms moving forward as well. So as Chandra mentioned, the AccountantsWorld 2020 promise is our commitment to help you to not only help your practice survive, but to grow in the months ahead and in the year ahead. And so if you'd like to learn more about how our solutions, plus our advice and resources and everything else that we offer, our support and so on, how all of that combined can help you to achieve that, we are offering an opportunity on the post-webinar survey for you to indicate that. There's a question about the 2020 promise. So if you say yes, we will provide you with more information about that and help you to get started in thinking about how you can really significantly improve your practice over the next 12 to 18 months. I also wanted to thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you at our next webinar, which is the 2020 Tech Update presented by Randy Johnston, Chairman and CEO of K2 Enterprises. That will be taking place on May 27th. That's 2 weeks from today. If you missed the first poll question where I asked about signing up for all of the webinars, you can also do so yourself by going to 2020-webinars.com, 2020-webinars.com, and you can sign up for all of the remaining expert webinars there. If you already said yes to the first poll question today, don't worry about it. You don't need to go there because we will already get you registered for the upcoming webinars directly. Thanks again to all of you for joining us today. Don't forget to fill out the post-webinar survey, and if you're interested in learning more about the 2020 promise, which we're very excited about, please make sure to indicate that on that survey as well. And we'll look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks. Thank you.